was stalking me had just exploded. The rest of my, he'll hide it from me. He might throw up. The producer and my manager asked me to answer a few questions before the boys take on Dallas for, I think this is the second time. So let's see what he's got in store for us.
When and how did you meet Freddie?
Freddie and I met back in 2018 at The Ohio State University. He, I like to say, was stalking me for about the entire semester before he finally had the courage to say something to me. And we were in all of the same classes, almost all of the same classes, which when you go to Ohio State, it is very, very difficult, almost impossible to be in the same classes as everyone. And what do you know? I'm in business law, and this kid that I keep seeing in all my classes, once again, is there. Well, we have a marketing extra credit study, and who walks in? Yep, Freddie. Once again, there was hundreds of marketing studies for extra credit this semester, and he happened to walk in the exact same one as me, and he ended up being my partner. So we finally decided that it was time to introduce himself. I think I really threw a curveball in there when Freddie said, I'm in every single one of your classes, and I was like, actually, no, I don't think you are. And he was like, no, I'm in every single one of your classes. And I was like, I do have a twin sister, she might be in some of those. And I think Freddie's had just exploded after that point. And we walked the whole rest of my the way home together. It was like a 20-minute walk for me. I think I needed 30 minutes just to be able to talk to him a little bit longer, and that's how we met.
Once you got to meet this kid from Ohio, what was it about him that made you interested?
I have to probably say one of the biggest things was how selfless he was, and he is. I have always said that Freddie's the most selfless person I've ever known. I remember just him talking to his mom, and I was like, this person shows up for everyone in their life, and it very much so speaks to who he is. I also think that I always was so attracted to his drive and what he wanted out of life. I remember in the early days us just talking for hours at dinners or walks home, and no idea was ever too big for him, no dream was ever too big for him. And I think he was so sure about what he wanted in life, has no problem, and always knows that he'll be able to get it.
Almost as if he had the desire to inspire. Interesting. What was the moment you realized that this was your person?
I remember always thinking, I don't know if it's gonna happen now, and this was back at Ohio State, but like I know this kid's gonna be in my future. Like I can just feel that even though he's going to Dallas and I'm staying in Columbus, like I just know for a fact that he's gonna be in my life. And I think the moment that, and this was actually the first time I ever told him that I loved him, was we had gone to dinner. It was a dinner in Columbus, and we had driven home. And I remember we were parked outside of my apartment, and I had opened up to him just about things that I had been going through with my mom. And I remember him opening up to me about things that he went through with his dad and sister. And I remember that just thinking this, like he has been through so much, and there's been so much adversity that has been thrown in his life, and the way that he still has his outlook on life and like how positive he is, like you would have never realized or known any of those things that had happened to him because of his outlook and his approach on life. And I remember being like, I have never met a person like this before. And it was actually the first night I ended up telling him that I loved him.
He is a unique person, that's for sure. What is one of Freddie's biggest icks that you just overlook after all this time?
Biggest ick? I don't really know if I've overlooked any of the icks that I have, because I'm pretty vocal about when things annoy me, especially how loud he chews pretzels. That, like, there's just nothing worse than when we're sitting down on the couch at the end of the day and he comes walking out with his big ass pretzels and he like bites them. Like I can't even describe how he bites them, but like it's so obnoxiously loud, and it's gotten to the point where he starts to eat his pretzels in a different room because he knows how much it bothers me. So I definitely haven't overlooked that one. And maybe I've gotten better about the Yeti one. So Freddie has 14 Yetis in use at all times. Like, I'm not exaggerating. He probably has 4 in his car right now. He probably has 1 in his office, 1 downstairs. And I remember the first time we moved in together being like, oh my gosh, this is out of control. Like, you've got to take care of your Yetis and like stick to one. Like, I don't know if you keep forgetting that you're grabbing one or like what's going on. So I feel like I don't get as annoyed with that anymore just because I expect it.
What is Drunk Freddy's warning sign that things are about to go downhill?
It's been a while since I've seen a Drunk Freddy. With him being in Dallas, I'm sure that's going to change because I feel like that is where I saw the most Drunk Freddys. He will start to repeat himself and he'll tell the same stories over and over again. And there's been multiple times where I'll have to be like, Freddie, you already said this. And he gets like super amped up and he's like really loud and just like passionate when he's talking about something. And I'm like, he's definitely a little toasted.
At what point in your relationship did you realize that the man you're falling in love with keeps an absolute circle of degenerates around him?
Oh, it had to have been one of the first times I met some of his friends at Ohio State, because I remember just being like, oh wow, these kids are crazy.
Freddie gets arrested in Dallas. What's the charge?
Probably honestly be if Crushcraft or like Standard weren't open and he really wanted to get food there, like if it was like 3 a.m. and he wanted them to be open, like I could see him honestly trying to break in to get that, because I think he would be devastated if this trip he's not able to get either one of those.
What's something we can convince Freddie to do after 6 drinks that sober Freddie would immediately reject?
Oh, I know. It would probably be eating Taco Bell or like something really unhealthy, because there's been times where I'm out of town and he's a little tipsy and he'll go to Taco Bell or like he'll order something like McDonald's or whatever it is, and then he'll hide it from me and won't tell me for like months later. So probably that. Or maybe ordering like rounds and rounds of shots. I don't know.
What's the most believable text you could get from Freddie at 3 a.m. this weekend that you would read and would instantly just check out?
It probably would be, I can't wait to go home and be in my own bed.
What's one piece of advice you'd like these idiots to actually listen to this weekend?
Try to get bottle service. End up in a different city when you're Ubering home. We have less than 5 weeks till our wedding, so I would like him to be back in one piece.
When Freddie watches this years from now, what do you want him to remember about the person he was before you got married?
That's a good one. I think the Freddie that I know, and I feel like I hope he never strays away from, is that no dream is ever too big for him. I feel like that's something that he comes up with these great ideas of, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. Like, I wish I had more of that in me. I think that he is one of the most reliable, loyal, selfless person I have ever met, and that I know has never changed since the day that I met him. So that is still who he is. I know that that'll be who he is in years past, and I just can't wait to build a life with that person.
Any final words for the bartenders, residents, and first responders of Dallas?
For the bartenders, tequila shots on deck. He loves to take those. He might throw up in after taking them, but get him a couple rounds of those. First responders of Dallas, there's a wild group of men that are coming through Dallas. Probably will be their last time in Dallas for a while, so keep the tequila shots going, and let's hope everyone makes it home every night. All right, last piece from my producer and manager that I have to read through. Before this bachelor trip may continue, the following conditions apply. Freddie returns home with all major organs. Nobody lets him get a tattoo. Please make sure he drinks water. If Tone says, I've got an idea, someone should probably stop him. And that's all.